Hi everyone, Saint here. I'm going to show you how to install and use the tool I developed to run robust video mapping in Nuke. You can access the main repository of RVM using this link. Let's get to the installation. We will follow the instruction on this page step by step. First, let's download the plugin package. Copy the RVM Nuke folder to Nuke's plugin folder path, which is the .nuke folder under your user directory. Then add this code to the init.py file. If you don't have this file yet, create one. Now we open Nuke and we should have access to the RVM Node. You can find it under the Clear submenu or search for RVM or video in the node list. So far, we have added the RVM node to Nuke, but we need to install the dependencies. If you have experience installing Python packages, you can install the dependencies in your preferred Python environments. Otherwise, follow this method instruction. First, download and install Miniconda software. Now run Anaconda prompt from inside the KMRVM Nuke folder or search for it in Windows. Either way works. Run these commands line by line. You can choose the last command between these two. The last command only supports CPU. To use the GPU, you need to use the lower command. Make sure to change the Cuda version to match your GPU. The guide table is at the bottom of this page. For now, I'll run the default command, which is only CPU. This is because it needs less download. Okay, all the dependencies are installed correctly. Let's go back to Nuke. If you install the dependencies in a custom location, you can change the Python path here. Otherwise, leave it at the default. By clicking this button, we can be sure if everything is installed correctly. Now how to use it. How to use RVM Node. We have two modes. One is to specify the file path and the other is to feed it as the in-node input. I'll choose the file path option. Remember, only a PNG sequence or a .mp4 file are supported in this mode. I bring this sample file from the sample folder, then copy and paste its address here. The chunk size parameter is the number of frames that are processed simultaneously and in parallel. You can try different numbers depending on your hardware to find the optimal value. I unchecked the GPU because I didn't install Cuda in the previous step. We need to have the project file saved to specify the output location. The output will be saved in a folder next to the Nuke script file. I click Run again. If it's the first time you run it, it may take a while to start. I'll move the film fast forward until it's done processing. In this window, we can specify the starting frame of the read node of the result. I bring this node graph that has been prepared for preview, so we can see the result here. Method 2. Using node inputs. In this way, we can specify the frame range. For example, assume the file has 500 frames and we only need 50 frames. In this case, RVM Node need to execute a render to create a PNG sequence front. For this example, I choose the range from 20 to 55. can see the start frame is automatically set to 20. As I mentioned before, the result files are in this folder next to the Nuke project. Also the PNG sequence that was rendered for the specific range. Instead of using this method, we can render the desired range of the file as a PNG sequence or a .mp4 file and give the file path to RVM Node. Now let's use GPU. Currently, if we check GPU, it will run correctly, but as you can see here, it says GPU is selected, but it still runs on CPU due to no Cuda available. If you didn't install Cuda in the previous step, you can reinstall the dependencies to enable Cuda. Let's do it together. First, go to the installation location of dependencies, which is located here, and delete this folder. Then open Anaconda prompt again. And run the commands as follow. Remember, use this command instead of the last one in the previous installation. Restart Nuke once and run RVM again. As you can see, GPU is being used now. We can see how the chunk size can affect on GPU usage. I hope this tutorial and tool have been helpful. If you have any suggestion, please let me know, and if there is any open source tool that you would like to use in Nuke, please let me know so I can make it usable in Nuke like this tool.